Hello and welcome to On The Watch, where we don't let our fandom get in the way of our honest criticism. I'm your host.
You are our host, Naz.
I am the host.
You are.
That's how the show is set up, Ish.
I would like to add that yesterday we watched a movie about the fate of the universe.
Sure did.
And our species. Where Chris Evans has to fight along a ragtag team of space warriors against a religious zealous with crazy ideas.
The craziest.
Who will stop at nothing to commit genocide in the name of betterment of the world.
But of course.
A movie where Chris Evans retires early but honorably.
Sure did.
Also a movie where Hiroyuki Sanada and Benedict Wong are the go-to Asian guys
Sure are.
and get way too little screen time.
Sure did.
But enough about Sunshine Mass.
Oh! Boom goes the dynamite!
Let's talk about Avengers Endgame.
Oh!
Let's get into our spoiler review of Avengers Endgame.
Let's do so.
Oh, so Maz, our captain, our leader, our host.
I'm just feeling the show slipping through my fingers.
Get all spoilery on me. What did you think, Maz? What did you really think? Can tell the audiences what you really feel.
Well, kids,
Share your feelings, Maz. It's okay. We're in a safe space.
the Deus Ex Machina on this movie, Captain Marvel, being in two scenes. In the beginning, where she's like basically, hey guys, there are more planets in the world and I'm leaving you.
3 scenes. She got a haircut too.
Yeah. There's an intercom scene where she got a haircut. And then at the end when she comes back and flies through spaceships again. That's her go-to move.
Again. And I gotta say, this movie made Captain Marvel retroactively worse for me.
Sure did.
I wasn't sure if I was gonna say that in the spoiler-free zone, but I feel like this is a safe space. So
It
I
is.
can share that opinion.
You can.
You gotta stop coming.
I will never stop coming.
I was gonna say you gotta stop coming on my hair.
My answer would have been the same. And also the fan servicey parts. Steve Rogers reconnecting and growing old with Peggy Carter. Captain America wielding Mjolnir.
Where did that come from?
I mean, that doesn't even make any sense.
Was there any build-up at all?
Like,
But that was like 2 dudes going like, would it be cool if like Steve Rogers finally picks up Mjolnir and he's able to do it? Hasn't he tried before?
yes. And he moved it and Thor legit got worried in Avengers
So that's why I
Ultron.
said I knew it.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, wielding it and, like, picking it up is one thing. But basically do
Thor?
Thor stuff with it, like lightning stuff with it,
It was weird.
makes no sense. Tony Stark reconnecting with his dad. Thor reconnecting with his mom. Nebula reconnecting with Gamora. I mean, I get that they want to have a clean ending, but does it have to be so squeaky clean? Do they really have to?
Squeeze. This shirt just went added.
Yeah, hells yeah. Do they really have to tie everything in a nice little bow?
All right. Tell me when you're done, so I'll start with my part.
So yeah, like I was just not happy with it. It was super predictable. Like in the very beginning where we saw Tony talking about him having a kid, we basically turned to each other and said, Tony's gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, no way he's not gonna die.
Yeah.
Bad CG.
I like to add that I made a better call in the movie.
Which one?
That Thor is gonna be fat.
Fat Thor for the win!
Literally, a couple of scenes before he shows, I'm like, he's gonna be fat, Maz.
Love that.
Love that. Love that. And I have great things to say about that. But sorry to interrupt you.
That's fine.
I keep doing this.
Yep. Bad CG was real in this one, man. For a movie that has this big of a budget.
It's time. It's time.
Still.
No way they're shortening on their budget here.
Every time I saw a human face in a helmet, I was like, eek.
Everything was weird.
Eek.
The last final battle at Avengers, Shield, whatever, awful. It looked so bad. I was watching a video game. And again, I don't mean that as a bad thing. I just mean as
A very old video game at
a very
that as
old
well.
video game that didn't get CG all that right. Was majorly in Uncanny Valley.
It was. An odd lip movement by Hulk when he was talking.
What the hell was going on there, man?
Like, I really liked the Grey Hulk. I thought he was...
Was he gray?
I mean,
He was green, dude.
yeah, no, but Grey Hulk is basically where Hulk
Okay.
adds consciousness and smartness.
I got it.
Okay. And every time anybody from Community showed up, it took me right out of the movie. Yeah, I'm going to get to the good stuff after you speak about your grabs with the movie. But that kind of sums it up for me. I don't know.
I know, Maz. The moment I realized this is gonna be a time travel movie, which was my least favorite theory,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is gonna go bad.
So much exposition.
This is gonna go bad. I did not want a time travel movie.
Okay.
I didn't mind the aspect of time travel being in the movie, but time travel to undo everything. And that was one of the theories I've heard. And I was like, no way they're gonna do that, because it's just not good. Undoing everything. I would have rather had some side dimensions, and then that our dimension is basically doomed, and that one dimension that survives, as in when Doctor Strange says there's one scenario, that is not our dimension. It's the one that the new Avengers is gonna be set in, and we're gonna help them basically. So there's one possibility that. But again, these are my own expectations. I was theorizing, blah blah blah. But I just didn't want it to be. I'm giving you an example how the weight of the story could have been kept of Infinity War.
Okay.
Because this just undoes everything, and then it being a time travel
Heist.
movie is that they literally go through the same plot lines
They do.
with. In a very, way more terrible way. You mentioned one thing that really worked for me from all these connections. All your gripes, most of them come from it being a time travel movie, and these are the biggest reasons I didn't want it to be that, because there's gonna be a lot of humor from that. These people meeting each other. It's a Marvel movie. You know they're gonna go all out on humor. The moment I realized this movie is not gonna be it is when they said, hey, let's go back and undo everything. And I was like, they're gonna fail, right? And then go to plan B. And then when Tony Stark builds a time machine overnight, I was like, oh God.
Because that's a thing. As a scientist, when you really experience some tragedy, you can build a time machine in one night.
Even in a Marvel movie, that sticks out, doesn't it? That the dude figured out a time machine in one night. It's like, oh no, we want to do this plot. Let's get to it. He just made it. And that's why I mean, plot points don't matter. After that scene, plot holes don't matter.
God bless Robert Downey Jr. Like, delivering lines like that.
Yeah. So the biggest...
He did his best.
So, yeah. And so the biggest problem with this movie is it's a time travel movie. And I think that was a huge mistake to go with. And I would like to add that... I liked some of the connections. I made my peace early on that this is the movie I didn't want. So, but for example, Tony Stark and his father, Howard Stark.
It was a nice moment.
Loved it. Loved it. It was. I think I was thinking during that time that was my favorite scene.
Did we need that?
I think we did as a send off to Tony. But he had a very troubled relationship with his father. And he didn't get to say goodbye.
I would have much rather have him just watch him from afar.
No, I like this.
I don't know.
Because this has been a plot point in Avengers. No, not Avengers. Captain America: Civil War. I think it was Civil War, right?
Yeah, but also like in every iteration or every movie we had with Captain America in it, there's been this whole thread line of Peggy Carter. And we saw in Age of Ultron how
But
Steve Rogers tried to pick up the hammer and kind of moved it. That doesn't mean we have to see everything again and tie everything in a big old knot.
It was just, they wanted to wrap this up, man. I've never felt this feeling of, we just want to be done with it, guys. Everybody is just tired. Or that might have been my mood after 6 hours of sitting there. But
that might have been the Russo's mood of like, we're just tired. Let's get this done.
Yeah, that's how it felt to me. And they were like, let's just have fun with it. That's literally what they said. We can't up it.
Okay.
Let's have fun with it.
Well, the thing is, like, these emotional moments, like Tony reconnecting with his dad, should leave you with some fulfilling thoughts and sensations, right?
Well,
I felt empty after that.
Actually, no, I really felt something on that. And it's weird that you're griping on that one scene. Because
it's because it's not only that one scene.
Because talking about dramatic scenes that fall on their face, literally pun intended. You know what scene I'm talking about. The redoing of the Soul Stone.
Yes.
I was laughing how terrible it was. And then
no, I'm gonna jump. No, you're gonna jump. No, I'm gonna jump. No, you're gonna jump.
And then he's like, no, but I jumped. And then she fell, and they do the exact same shot that they did at Gamora, and literally busted out laughing, which is terrible because it's a dead woman. But all I was thinking was probably what they didn't want.
Yeah.
But how can you not? First of all, it seems like this is the rock that women get taken to there to become sacrificial.
Oh wow, that's dark.
Right? I was like, let Hawkeye do it. Jesus, it's a little awkwardly weird that.
Like honestly, I do feel Natasha should have been the one sacrificing herself.
Really?
She got. What else does she have going on in the?
Yeah, I guess if everyone that comes back is Natasha, but the way they did it, it was just weird.
I mean, these are the two characters we care the least about.
It's like they're having a battle of who's the best hero. No, I'm the best hero. I'll kill myself. No. I'm the best hero.
Yeah, but they're having that battle, both being the most useless Avengers.
Yeah. I think Natasha is more useful.
I make a case that nobody cares.
Yeah.
But yeah, now let's talk about the good things, because I don't want to end this on a bad note. I did have some fun with that movie. I think Fat Thor, Chris Hemsworth, is a treasure.
A treasure.
The saving grace of this movie. They mentioned that he's the Big Lebowski, and that was spot on.
Yeah.
I loved it. Mark Ruffalo's Grey Hulk actually was really interesting to me.
It was a little weird to watch.
It was weird to watch, but because of the CG, I think Mark Ruffalo did great as the Hulk, as he always does.
Yeah, but this was like a mixture from their characters, wasn't it? It wasn't all Bruce.
Well, he said it's the brutality of the Hulk with the intelligence of Bruce Banner, which is what Grey Hulk is.
Yeah. But it was funny. I was like, I think this is way below me, or whatever.
All right.
Barbaric. No, he said that. And when they went back to Avengers 1,
man, that was funny. That was really funny.
I'm saying the humor worked, and he was like, "This is like below me." Yeah, I don't agree with this.
I really liked. I actually really loved Paul Rudd in this movie as Scott Lang.
I gotta say, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Paul Rudd is showing them acting chops.
Yeah.
I'm like, good going for you, Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
my main man.
Yeah, he was great.
He was great. I felt his.
I really felt his pain as well.
Yeah, although the daughter looked like his age. Wasn't that a little weird?
She didn't though. Like she was 13-ish when we left her, and now she's like 5 years later. She's 18-ish. She looked 18.
I guess
she looked like a 25-year-old who was playing an 18-year-old.
Yeah, more like that. Because I thought that was his ex-wife or something.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Paul Rudd is like
doesn't
late
age.
40s. Yeah.
Like fine.
He's just an all-around great guy. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, great guy, and all of the acting by everybody except for Joe Russo in the movie.
That was weird.
That was.
I mean, he does
so
that all.
Weird.
I think doesn't he do cameos in all other movies?
Yeah, but it's not this prominent.
This was pretty prominent.
He's like.
Don't you feel like any scene where Captain America is talking emotions, he's right about to bust out of that closet?
No.
Am I the only one who gets that sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
No, I really thought that was coming out of the closet moment, especially because Joe Russo was talking about his boyfriend. So for a second there, I felt like, and then he was like, he didn't want to, at the end, didn't want to, till the last moment, I was sticking with my theory that he's going to have a boyfriend.
What about Peggy Carter? Like, that's
because he was like,
the only person he's ever loved.
I know. But he has this very sexual undertones in his bromance.
Okay.
With his let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought. He has this sexual thing going on with Bucky Barnes.
Okay.
Which is very noticeable. I mean, we were watching the movie, and in the end when we were saying goodbye, I was like, kiss him already. And another thing was like, did you have a good life? Yeah, I did. Tell us about her. I don't think I will. I was like, that's a man who's still not ready to come out of the closet.
Well, he was born in the Depression era.
And then they had to show that scene with Peggy Carter. But I think it would have been nicer if they didn't show it.
Okay.
Because this is a movie, Mass, that wears diversity on its sleeve in the most obvious of ways, isn't it?
The female scene.
The female scene. This is a movie that tries to mirror a lot of scenes from Infinity War, but tries to one-up it.
Yeah.
But it's so obviously showing the seams. Because Infinity War had a great moment female scene. The females came up for each other.
Yeah.
Like, you'll die alone, that woman said. And that other woman said, no, she won't. She has us, or something like that.
Yeah.
But bastardizing the war.
Yeah.
But this was like, literally, let's put all the female actors together. Let's just all of them in that one scene.
And the thing is,
I was like, how is this geographically working? Are they like sticking around the same area?
Yeah.
So they just show
first
up
of
there?
all, if you want true diversity, don't do a scene with all females or all males or all black people.
Don't make it a thing.
Yeah, don't make it a thing.
Natural.
I get that inclusion matters, but a secluded inclusion does not.
Not only that, I'm not done with the diversity.
Yeah. But before we get into diversity any deeper, I think we should really get to the bottom of why do you think Steve Rogers is gay? Is it something you're projecting onto him? Now, I know you're not a homosexual man, but I know you have homosexual fantasies about Chris Evans and his iteration of Steve Rogers.
He's a handsome guy.
Yeah.
He's sort of asexual, but I think he's not asexual. He's keeping back his sexuality. You know, he's just always like keeping it in, you know? And he has this one reason, you know, there was a girl. Never mind. I'm a romantic. He's just not ready, Mass. And I'm not trying to push him. I'm just sad he got old and never really got to get out of that closet.
Pish, honest to God right now, I don't think Chris Evans, who is the one who should be having the coming out of the closet conversation right now.
You feel none of that?
I feel none of that. I feel a lot of that with this conversation here. And if you are gonna come out as a homosexual, maybe not do it on our show.
Why not? It's a great platform to do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say something, Mass, but my gaydar was off the charts with him. I was like, this dude is just closeted, Mass. Which is fine. It's fine. I thought that would have been a great move of diversity. Reveal that he's a man who struggled with his sexuality for a long time.
But we know that he didn't because of Peggy Carter. And also
but you don't
her
know that, Mass.
niece.
People have sham marriages to hide that fact, especially from that period. So I thought if they were gonna have a homosexual character, he would have been perfect.
So let me ask you this question then. Do you want a spin-off movie about Steve Rogers going back
Bucky
to the 60s
Barnes?
and 70s and exploring his sexuality?
Oh, absolutely. I want that romance movie with Bucky Barnes as well.
All right.
Especially Bucky, man. The looks he gives him.
I'd never thought I'd see a fan-made movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
But if they're going that route, sure.
But isn't it sort of sad they had to put in that last Peggy scene in there? Because if they didn't, he left it open, you know?
Once again, I'm really experiencing some wishful thinking from your part.
So call it visual thinking, call it my intuition. It's my intuition that I really felt some gay vibes from that guy.
He's America's ass.
He's America's ass, right?
Honestly, like,
It's a lot of hints there. He's wearing leather chaps.
I mean, like, his leather daddy. No, like, he's America's ass. That's a great bum. I mean, as a man, you should be able to say stuff like this.
I mean, he even checked out his own ass and he was like, goddamn right, that's America's ass.
I mean, he gets all of the squats in.
Look, you're spending way too much time on this little theory I've had.
Oh, I am?
You started it. I was talking about diversity.
Did I?
Yes. To get back to the diversity point,
Mm-hmm.
didn't you also feel like the next Captain America is Falcon because of his race? Because I had to think that if one of those two would have been Captain America, my choice would have been Bucky.
Well, yes and no. I think they both are fitted to fit that role.
Yeah?
I honestly think that Falcon has a better moral compass towards what's right and what's wrong.
Maybe, but is he superpowered, Mass? It's like making Hawkeye the next Captain America because he has good moral compass. Sure, he does, and I guess that's what Captain America stands for because he wasn't always almighty and powerful.
Yeah.
But then again, you have to realize that there's gonna have to be a story in the near future to make the Falcon powerful. And do you want to go through that?
I get what you're saying. But I also think Captain America is very much like Batman, where he's not the most powerful.
He picked up Mjolnir.
Because he has a right moral compass, because he's worthy, not because he's powerful.
He's powerful, man.
He's powerful too, but he's not the strongest Avenger at any stretch of the imagination.
Well, these days everybody can pick up Thor's hammers and
Yeah, Thanos picked it up.
Groot.
Well, Groot.
It's not a one-off thing, man.
Yeah.
Sort of losing his specialness, isn't it?
No, Mjolnir is not special anymore at all.
I also like to add that they did some mirroring of storylines from the past and try to one-up it. To go from the diversity scene with the women, they did that. They did the Soul Stone sequence, and they also did this time Spider-Man saying goodbye to Tony. Did that emotional beat work for you, or were you also thinking the whole time of, yeah, I've seen that like a year ago with the other way around?
Like, honestly, I think even before I went to watch the movie, I knew Tony was a goner.
Absolutely. But do you think they delivered on that?
Yes and no. Yes, in a sense that Tony's death basically mirrors Uncle Ben's death for Spider-Man and for Peter Parker. So in that aspect, I think it's really going to pay off, but not in this movie. It's going to pay off in Far From Home.
Yeah, exactly. Tony's death is great. I mean, I like that he died.
But it shouldn't have been this telegraphed and this predictable. But yeah, he's not the only person retiring from the role. Steve Rogers retired from the role. We knew that. We saw it coming.
Out of
Hulk
he's lost an arm, basically.
Gonna be out of commission for a while, but I think he's gonna come back. And mainly because he has so little screen time in these movies. It's just easy money for Mark Ruffalo, to be perfectly honest. I don't know, it's a less than optimistic view of the world. But hey, I'm really looking forward to the next Guardians of Galaxy.
With Thor.
I think that movie is gonna be magic.
Probably. Especially with James Gunn being back on it.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that, actually.
Me too.
But yeah, this movie just didn't work for me, and I went in with all the right motivations and the excitement.
You know, I hated every scene with Carol Danvers in it. And I think I felt throughout this movie how you felt about her when you watched Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Which she was just being she was being a little not nice and too cocky and everything. And I was like, but you were that at the start of Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
but you sort of grew out of that and
She
became
didn't.
something better.
Yeah, Carol Danvers' character development was very poorly done. No growth, very one-dimensional, very one beat.
Not only Carol Danvers though, they totally made Thanos a chump.
Yeah.
The fact that he was a villain with an ideology that worked.
Well, it was still crazy, but
in insane minds
Yeah.
that would work. Now he was just a goon. You know,
he became the Mad Titan.
he became a titan. I mean, no, he was a force to be reckoned with. He was a titan. Now he was a pawn. It felt like almost.
And like even he himself mentioned it that I never take this stuff personal, but now I do for some
Yeah.
odd reason.
And I'm gonna make it super evil.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna wipe everybody out and start a new universe. But yeah, honestly, I'm done. I have nothing to add to this conversation anymore.
Okay.
As I did in the movies, I feel myself becoming angrier because I've invested so much time and energy and love in these movies, and this should have been the accumulation of all things.
Well, what I thought was gonna happen, which it's never good criticism to say I wanted this to happen. And
I
it
get
should
it, yeah.
happen. But what I thought that would happen, that I thought might go in an interesting route. Again, I don't write the stories, so I don't know. I haven't read everything, so I don't know. But I thought that they're gonna kill off Thanos early on,
Which they did.
which they did. The time travel thing came up. I was like, okay, they're gonna try that, fail, and realize that only one timeline can be saved, and that they all go into battle for that one timeline to survive. And that's gonna be the future of MCU. And so not everything is undone. There's a universe that survives. It's not the darkest timeline, but all the others are, and it's gonna be bittersweet at least instead of a nice bow.
Yeah. Also, they could have gone in so many different interesting directions. Like, they already have introduced Adam Warlock to this
Yeah.
universe. They have introduced the Eternals somehow. They have introduced the Skrulls, so they could have gone with a Secret
I
Wars.
really thought they're gonna introduce a new, bigger villain and more cosmic.
Yeah.
To because there's a lot of activity happening around Earth these last 5 years. That is like a place that is focused on the galaxy now. So I thought that's gonna be what's gonna happen.
Yeah. And even in this movie, they talked about Dr. List. I mean, it's not that big of a villain, but you could have introduced him at least.
Yeah, but to rehash, Thanos is doing him a disservice.
Yeah. Yeah, but honestly, I'm done with this movie. I don't feel like wasting another breath on it. I'm probably gonna rewatch it at some point. But for now, I'm just feeling myself actively becoming more angry as I did in the cinema. I don't know if you have anything more to add.
That's about it.
Okay, well, guys, sorry to be such downers, but yeah, this was our review for Avengers Endgame.
I would like to say you don't have to apologize because we don't let our fandom get in the way of our criticism.
I mean, it's obvious that we care. We're like, we're hurt. But yeah, like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends about us, and see you guys next week.
Stay on the watch.
What is that?
Stay on the watch.
What is